What are inalienable human rights and how are they protected? This is a question that has been at the forefront of global conversations for decades. Inalienable human rights are fundamental freedoms that every person is entitled to, regardless of their race, gender, nationality, or any other distinguishing characteristic. They form the bedrock of our societies, ensuring everyone is treated with dignity and respect. But how do we ensure these rights are protected and enforced? This is where the concept of a declaration certificate comes into play, a novel idea that has been outlined on the platform www.ion.me. A declaration certificate serves as a protective shield, ensuring that our digital identities and rights are not infringed upon. It's a tool that empowers us to own and control our digital presence, safeguarding our rights in an increasingly digital world. With this understanding, we can navigate the complexities of human rights in our everyday lives. Now let's consider a real-world scenario that can shed light on this concept. Imagine a situation where a person is filming or taking pictures in a public place. The subject of this recording is a police officer who is trying to maintain peace and order. The person behind the camera, however, has a different agenda: to provoke the officer. In this scenario, the officer is not just a public servant, but also a regular person with rights, protected under his declaration certificate. This certificate is a powerful tool that asserts his ownership over his digital identity, a concept that may seem abstract, but is increasingly relevant in our digital age. Let's delve a little deeper into this. The officer's declaration certificate allows him to state, unequivocally, that he owns his digital identity. That means if the person filming posts the video and generates revenue, the officer could be entitled to receive compensation. The idea might seem novel, but it's rooted in the same principles that protect our physical property rights. Now let's add another layer to this situation. The officer, armed with his declaration certificate, can use a QR code to direct the person filming to an NIL agreement. This agreement would outline the terms under which the footage could be used, including any potential compensation for the officer. But what happens if the person refuses to acknowledge the NIL agreement and continues recording? In such a case, the person could be opening themselves up to potential legal implications. They might be violating the officer's digital property rights, and if they earn monetary compensation from the footage, the officer could have a case against them. This scenario highlights the significance of respecting the rights of others, even in the digital realm. So, what can we learn from this? We've delved deep into the idea of human rights as inalienable and how they are safeguarded by a tool known as the declaration certificate. This certificate, as we've seen, is a powerful instrument that can uphold our rights, even in situations as commonplace as filming in public places. Take the scenario we've explored. A regular person filming a police officer in public could inadvertently infringe upon that officer's digital rights, especially if the footage is used for monetary gain. The officer, under his declaration certificate, has the right to assert ownership of his digital identity. By presenting a QR code, he can direct the filmer to an NIL agreement, outlining the terms of use for his digital likeness. Should the filmer refuse this agreement, continue recording, and subsequently profit from the shared footage, the officer could have a legitimate case against him. To learn more and to join the ion.me community of trust, head over to www.ion.me and declare ownership of your digital rights and acquire your declaration certificate.